This morning, several regions and cities of our country were unfortunately spoiled by the characteristic sound of the Iranian Shahed drones, but most of them luckily did not reach their intended targets, and that made our morning a little better today. 30 Shahed drones were shot down, a good result. I thank all of our anti-aircraft fighters, pilots, and mobile fire groups for this result and for protecting the Ukrainian sky, and especially to the 96th Kyiv and 208th Kherson anti-aircraft brigades, which showed the greatest accuracy during this day. These drones, which Russia used, are from a new batch of drones. It is the terrorist international alliance of two regimes. They help fight against people. Well, they will be responsible for it together.
Режимів допомагають воювати проти людей. Що ж, відповідатимуть за це спільно.
The key task of all of us now, my task, and of each of our diplomats and officials, is that the world's support for Ukraine next year not only remains at the same level as this year, but also increases. Increases precisely according to those indicators that are necessary to strengthen our defense operations. These are artillery, we need more guns and shells, modern tanks that have not yet been delivered to Ukraine, longer-range rocket systems, and modern and truly effective air defense systems.
Поки що не постачаються в Україну. Це більш далекобійні системи залпового вогню. Сучасна і дійсно ефективна ППО.
The reported claim from President Putin that he has no intention of, as you said, absorbing anyone in his talks with Lukashenko. Look, I think a statement like that has to be treated as the height of irony, coming from a leader who is seeking at the present moment, right now, to violently absorb his other peaceful next door neighbor. We've heard these statements from President Putin at the same time since the earliest days of this conflict and in the weeks preceding this conflict. We have seen the Lukashenko regime essentially cede its sovereignty, cede its independence to Russia. We saw Russian forces mass inside what should have been sovereign Belarusian territory. We've seen attacks launched from what should be sovereign Belarusian territory. And now we hear these comments from President Putin and from Lukashenko. But I think the track record speaks much louder than anything these two leaders could say.
Belarus, why could anybody think that? Do you have any reaction to it?
Whether Belarus provides additional support to Putin's war in Ukraine, that's something we're going to pay very close attention to. And if we see it, if we see the potential for it, we will respond appropriately to impose additional measures to hold the Lukashenko regime accountable for what is essentially its complicity in President Putin's war against Ukraine.